Good morning, everyone. It's Danielle. I am on day 8 of my daily video blog. I appreciate you being here with me. I am sitting out on my beautiful sun porch. It's my little Zen den. The sun is shining through. There's a crispness to the air. It's the end of August and it's starting to feel like a little touch of fall, and feeling really energized and great clear energy internally as well as externally. And as I'm a Reiki master, I am very sensitive to energy. It's something that I've been highly sensitive ever since I'm a kid, a young child. I've always been, I think it's my extrasensory perception, which is known as clairsentience, that I am more sensitive than most to energy, I think. A lot of people like to use the term empath. I think everybody has the ability to tap into and enhance their sensitivity the more that they use it and the more that they focus on it. But I thought it would be helpful to talk a little bit about energy right now, since it's such an important thing to be aware of and to understand, so that you can utilize and understand and begin to work with energy. That's what Reiki is. It's energy healing, and it's something that we intuitively use. It's our senses. It's our perception of utilizing our senses. And I thought it would be really helpful because the past few days I've noticed a heaviness to the energy overall, which affects me heavily. And I think that's why I've been a little bit more sensitive or emotional, or I've been feeling the weight of the energy, both internally and externally. Also being aware of the energies of other people around me and being protective so that I don't take on, or that I can shield myself from being affected by the energies of other people, which are all very simple techniques to learn. But to start, I thought it would just be helpful to share a little bit of information about energy and also talk a little bit about chakras, because a lot of people may have heard the terms, but they don't really know what that means. Being high vibe versus low vibe, and why and how you can be high vibe versus if someone's like, oh, the energy's really heavy or the energy's really low. Doing some things that can shift you out of that state, because there's states of consciousness and perception, as well as ways that you can get out of a low vibe state and raise your vibration to shift your consciousness and shift your mood and shift your energy, to recalibrate and reboot, if you will. So Reiki means universal life force energy. It's the energy that surrounds us all over the universe. It's the beautiful feeling you get when you step outside your house and the sun is shining down upon your face, and there is a gentle breeze which comes over you with a coolness in it, and you just feel like invigorated and happy and enlightened, and you feel really good. Whereas if it's the middle of the winter and you're not feeling well and it's cold and a really snowy yuckiness where the moisture gets all over and you're just feeling really crummy and down and depressed because it's dark out and you don't want to go, and you're dreading going to work because you really want to stay home. That's low vibe energy, and you can feel the heaviness just even talking about it. So today, the fall is like my favorite season. We're approaching the fall. The birds are chirping. I feel great. The trees are lush. The flowers are in bloom. I hear cicadas right now. See cardinals flying by. It's really beautiful. So this is a really helpful grid, or a pyramid, if you will, that I thought was a very simple, easy depiction of different levels of consciousness with associated states of consciousness. So if you look at the bottom, this is the lowest vibe energy, and it's associated with the color red. And then the colors of the spectrum of the rainbow, lifting up. So at the top we have enlightenment, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the states. So down here at the red, some of the heavier vibrational levels of consciousness are things such as shame, guilt. Shame is at the bottom. Guilt, apathy, grief, feelings of hopelessness, victimhood, fear, desire and lust, of things that are not yours, like jealousy, anger, holding on to anger and expressing anger or acting out of anger, pride and ego. So as we get up, these are all lower vibrational energies until we get to a neutral point of courage and neutrality. So that's about the midpoint. Then higher vibrational, the expanded states of consciousness, because these are contracting lower vibrational energies that feel that heaviness down below. This is like lower vibe that's going to bring you down. But these are the higher vibrational, expanded states of consciousness, which include acceptance, willingness. So willingness, reasoning, being rational and thinking about, like, let's talk about this. Let's reason here. Let's talk. And love is up here, vibrating at a state of love and understanding and acceptance. Peace and joy. Joy is here. Peace is here. And enlightenment is here. So this is ultimately like the state of letting go of all the lower vibrational energies and operating up here. You feel lighter. So this is a helpful chart that also coincides. It's from the book Power versus Force from David Hawkins. It's excellent. So again, it's the same spectrum, but shame is associated with feeling miserable and humiliation. Guilt is associated with victimhood and blame. Apathy, helplessness and hopelessness. Grief includes sadness, regret, and depression. Fear is a state of worry and anxiety. Desire is greed and insatiable. Pride is being dependent on external conditions. Whereas we get to this green neutral point, courage. So you start feeling that life is empowering and that you have choices and that life can be exciting. Rather than being a victim, you're like, wait a minute, I have choices here. I'm gonna do better. I wanna do things. So then the neutrality, that energy, that negative energy gets neutralized and you start feeling there's options. I'm gonna take things into my own hands. So again, now you start seeing the empowerment. So life isn't happening to you. Life, you choose what you want to do for life. So acceptance is transformation. You create what you want. Reasoning is empowerment through knowledge, joy and love. So really leading from the heart and giving people the benefit of the doubt and trying to understand their perspective when they speak. Joy, you start getting into the flow. People talk about being in the flow. You let all that negative stuff go. Let go of that control. Let go of the need. And have faith that things are going to come into your realm. So what's so interesting here with these two charts is these are the chakras. And this is the energy chart. There's a direct correlation between the colors associated with the chakras. So I'll talk a little bit about what a chakra is briefly. A chakra is an energy vortex. It's like a little spiral of energy. And there's a front entrance of a chakra and a back entrance of a chakra. And every person's body has 7 main chakras throughout your body. So down at the base of your spine is the root chakra. And that is associated with the color red. So your root chakra is your sense of self, your sense of security. It's your grounding and your stability, and it's your survival instincts. So that's your core essence at the base of your spine. And then your lower abdominal has a second chakra, that little energy vortex. So if you think about breathing oxygen in through your nostrils, you breathe in and out through your nostrils. That's how you breathe air. Our body, since we're energetic beings, we absorb and release energy through our chakras. So these 7 chakras do guide and control us. That's how we're able to read a room and get the sense of other people. It's through these chakras, and they're each in charge of different things. So your root is your sense of security. Your lower abdominal chakra is called your sacral chakra. That's in charge of your sexuality, of your creativity, your passion, your empathy, your sense of self-worth. Then here, right here, your belly barometer, your gut check, that's your solar plexus. And that's associated with manifestation, with your self-esteem, with, it's your personal power point. It monitors your metabolism, your fight or flight, your gut check. So like that's your higher self, determining your truth. Does this feel right? Etc. Then you have your heart chakra. So that is the midpoint between your lower 3 chakras and your upper 3 chakras. So it's guiding by your heart. So obviously that's your sense of love and acceptance and understanding, compassion, hope, trust of others. So that's all your heart chakra. If you're suffering a loss, you'll feel it acutely. If you're heartbroken, you'll feel it here. If you're elated and feeling love, it's all heart driven. The next chakra is your throat chakra. That is your voice and speaking your truth. It's also your writing. It's your ability to articulate and to communicate with others, and speaking the truth of yourself. What's so important about that is if you bottle things up, you may have an imbalance in your chakra. So you have to release that. There are things that you can do to balance that and bring that into balance. Because ultimately, the point of the chakras is to have balance, not too closed and not too open. And we can get deeper into that in the future. Your intuition is your third eye, your brow, that's here. That is your intuitive knowing and your senses beyond reason. It's just when you know things. And there are things that you can do to enhance your inner knowing and your intuition, including things such as meditation, spending time in nature, which grounds you, but then it also quiets your egoic mind and allows you to use your senses as to what you know is true. It includes your psychic abilities, things such as astral travel, like when you have vivid dreams, past lives. It's a higher vibration. So it's that connected consciousness. And then lastly, you have your crown chakra, which is your connection to your spirituality, to your higher self, to the collective consciousness. So if you're familiar with the psychologist Carl Jung, he did extensive amounts of work related to the collective consciousness and connectedness with others. Because as energetic beings, we are all one. We are connected to each other. There is a sense of understanding while maintaining your own individuality. So that is your connection to Source. So Source is often associated with God, Allah, a higher sense of being, the connectedness with the universe. But the higher vibration you are, these are all things, so like your survival instincts are the lowest. That's your sense of security. So like you need to be really grounded and rooted for your root. So that if you wear the color red or you eat root vegetables, there's foods that are associated with strengthening and fortifying your different chakras. There's different meditations you can do. You can use sound to clear and balance each chakra. Because if there's an imbalance, you'll start seeing blockages or tightness, or if something's too open, you can feel like you're off. So healing modalities such as acupuncture and Reiki and meditation, there's a lot of different things you can do to find balance and establish balance. Foods that you eat, sound meditation, sound healing, using crystals. That's why crystals work, because they vibrate at certain energetic levels. But ultimately, your choices, your consciousness. What are you focusing on? What are you dwelling on? Negative thoughts and feelings, or are you letting that stuff go and releasing that and healing from that and focusing on the more higher conscious aspects of your life and empowerment and the higher vibe energies? So you're letting go of the lower energies and you're raising your vibration, which ultimately you'll feel better and you'll be more productive and you'll be more in flow and you'll be more in love, an unconditional love of self and others. You'll be more collaborative and understanding of others. You'll have more compassion rather than the lower vibration feelings of anxiety and guilt and stress and worry and depression and all of the lower vibrational energies, which really are bringing people down. But then collectively, there's an epidemic level in our country, in our society, and in our world that's really heavy. So as a light worker, I'm considered a light worker, which is somebody who truly just is called and compelled to help raise the vibration of the collective consciousness and of the planet, and to lead the way, to teach techniques of how to raise your consciousness levels, to raise your energy, to help release those lower vibrational energies, and how to heal from traumas and past experiences that may continue to carry your weight heavy, and to release that and replace it with nourishing and lighter energies, which ultimately help you ascend and grow and heal and feel better. Because as beings, we're here to evolve and to grow and to ascend and grow more and more every day, closer towards ascension, which brings you higher vibe, which brings you closer to source. And that's lifetime after lifetime, because we're here for our soul's growth. So this is a lot, but I hope this little overview is a good introduction to energy. I'm going to be teaching an Energy 101 workshop, energy healing, as well as Reiki at our shop at Amityville Apothecary. This is not intended to be an advertisement at all. This is my personal blog. I just happen to be wearing this shirt because I'm going to work right now. And I'm passionate about it. I hope this is informative and helpful to you as an introduction to energy. And hopefully you'll be more conscious today with the choices that you make, about the words that you use, the foods that you choose to eat, the conscious vibration that you choose to operate at, because it's choice, it's conscious choice. We always have free will. So I hope that this is a helpful intro to you. Please come to me anytime with any questions, or if you want to learn more, or if you want to experience Reiki, if you want to be rebalanced, I'm happy to do that. And thanks for learning more about it and for being with me today. Have a blessed day. Namaste.